So the wrap up. There's a lot of things to say. First of all, thanks to everybody who came. I think everyone I've spoken to certainly agrees that this has been a fantastic conference, and that's because of the people who are here and the people who participated. When I think back 5 years ago to the first ABF conference in the modern era on the Gold Coast, those of us who were there will remember it was a very, very different event to what we've had this year. This year we've had a lot of international representation. We've had our speakers from Germany, but also a contingent from Ireland, a number of people from the US and also Korea. And anyone else who's come from overseas, thanks very much. I'm going to steal Frank's line about structured dialogue. I hope that's not trademarked. We might have to do a licence agreement. But as you all know, I'm sure by now, we do have a fairly extensive consultation process for IPA's work program. So currently our work program for 2016-17 is on our website and it's open for public consultation until the 1st of June. So if you want to have a look and have an input into the work we're going to be doing over the next 12 months, I'd really encourage you to have a look, and if you've got suggestions for things you think we've missed, then please let us know. Following that, we have our pricing framework consultation paper. Now, we normally release that in June each year, and that outlines the policy intent for IPA's work for the following financial year. We think this year this might be delayed. We haven't quite worked it out yet, but you will get an email when that goes out through our stakeholder channel. If you're not subscribed to our stakeholder emails, you can do so very simply by just emailing inquiries@ipa.gov.au or following the links on our website. So the pricing framework is the time to get involved in our work. And particularly this year, anticipating there will be a fair bit of consultation around safety and quality, and we will be very keen to get as wide a view as we can on those issues. The presentations and videos for the conference will be on our conference website in the next couple of weeks. So there is video of all of the sessions that were in this room, including the panel. So you can get to those in the next week or so. The benchmarking portal, which we'll be launching soon, again on our website, and we will email people when that's up and going. We had some good tweeters, or twitterers, I'm not quite sure what the right word is, I'm too old. Karen O'Leary smashed it again, 2 years running, so thanks Karen, and everybody else who took part. We have a prize for the best abstract. So this year we had well over 50 abstracts, and I think everybody would agree that the quality this year has been fantastic. The scientific committee have considered all the abstracts and reviewed all the top scoring ones, and there was, and I always get this word wrong, unanimous agreement that the best abstract of the year went to one of our international partners, Brian Donovan, for the National Audit of Admitted Patient Information in Ireland. And because Irish quarantine laws are a bit more lax than Australia, you'll probably get them back into the country. Thanks very much. So you'll receive an email in the next few days asking for feedback on the conference, and we do look at this feedback very closely. So please take the time to tell us what you thought of the sessions. It does impact on our programming. For example, the Jack panel always rates really well. That's why we keep having it. So please do give us that feedback. Getting on to the thank yous. So thanks to our Clinical Advisory Committee members. There's been quite a swag of them who've stayed through the 3 days. So thanks very much for all of you. It makes a real difference having a strong clinical presence at these events, and also for the other clinicians who have joined us. Certainly 5 years ago, I don't think we had any clinicians attending these. It was all bureaucrats and case mix boffins, and we're slowly spreading the word, so that's fantastic. Also to the Pricing Authority members, we've had most of our authority members have been here throughout the conference, and thanks again for your support. The scientific program is put together by a scientific committee. This year was chaired by Jennifer Nobbs, and the scientific committee was Brian Hanning, Tony Cunningham, Alpha D'Amato, Jan Irvin, and Joanne Fitzgerald. So thanks very much to them for all their hard work putting together a fantastic program. There's a lot of people work behind the event to make it happen, led by Anna Flynn, who's done a fantastic job to get the conference together. The credit goes to her because you don't realise just how much had to be done in the last week and a half, and she's done a fantastic job to pull it together. So thanks very much, Anna. And Anna's been supported this week by 3 of the staff who've really worked hard. So Darren, Olga and William, thanks very much. So summing up, I think we've had 2 fantastic international speakers. I think everybody enjoyed Frank's presentation this morning. Such a jovial and entertaining tour of the German DRG system and payment system, and really has given us a fantastic international perspective. And likewise, yesterday, Stuart Gutterman gave us a fantastic review of the US system and exactly where they've got to with their reforms. So I'm sure everybody agrees there were 2 fantastic international speakers, and we thank you. I know it's a very long way to come. It's a big impost on your time, but thanks very much for coming. And finally, what you're all... Oh. Are you going to do it? Finally, what you're all waiting for, and now it's here. Next year's conference will be in Sydney in October. So next year's conference will be quite different. We have teamed up with PCSI, who are the Patient Classification Systems International. They last came to Australia, I think it was in 1988. I'm sure Jim or Denise will remember. So it really is a once-in-a-lifetime, once-in-a-generation opportunity. So that will run for a week at the Hilton in Sydney. So at the moment we're planning to have 2 days of ABF conference, 2 days of the international conference, and a combined day of workshops in the middle. We're expecting a very strong international attendance, probably for the whole conference, and I'd really encourage you to come along. It really is a fantastic opportunity to get a real international perspective on the whole, the work that's going on around the world. I've been lucky enough to go to the last 3 PCSI conferences, and you come back with new ideas every time. So I really would encourage you to put that in your diaries now, and really, if you can convince your boss, the week will be a fantastic week, I'm sure. Now, I promised Brian Donald would also plug that the PCSI conference will be in Dublin this year, and Brian did promise me that he'd shout every Australian who attended a Guinness on the opening night. So, and that is that. So thank you all very much for coming, and I hope to see you all in Sydney.